Hey, good morning, lovers. How are you today on this gorgeous Friday? It's the end of the week. Is anybody else daydreaming like me of a hot, salty bath with a gin and tonic and Netflix playing at the end of the bath? That's what I am looking forward to tonight. So, after I've been to the gym and lifted some weights for the health and strength of future Katie, I'm going to come home. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm getting into that bath with my gin and tonic, and I'm going to watch something, some kind of guilty pleasure. I can't wait. It's my favorite Friday night thing. If I can do that, I'm very excited. I literally woke up this morning. Hey, Emma. Hello, other Emma. Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. I woke up this morning. I was like, oh my God, it's Friday. I'm getting in the bath. I can't wait. I get to have a gin and tonic. Oh, we need these things to keep us going, right? It does sound like a great plan, doesn't it, Kate? By the way, I love your hat. That photo, love it. Do you wear it much though? I'm not sure how much it suits the UK countryside. I'm not sure. I think I need to relocate to suit the hat. I'll relocate my life around the hat. Anywho, so wonderful to be with you. A few of you I was already with this morning in our 7 a.m. club in the Love Lounge. That's just been such a beautiful practice every day. We're coming together and we're journaling our desires and we're just tapping into that sisterhood. And it's just like, it's the most wonderful boost to the day, isn't it? I'm loving it. If you're here live, do say hi. If you're on replay, do pop in hashtag replay. I like to see who's watching. And feel free to share this with your girlfriends. Helen's here again. Yay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So today, day 5 of the Abundant Love series. I don't know about you, but I'm loving focusing on this for the week and for next week. I'm really like, you think I do this for you? No, I do it for me. I do it because it's a win-win. And actually, spoiler alert, that's something we're going to talk about next week as part of this series. I really believe that when we take care of ourselves and do what has us feel good, that's really aligned and soul nourishing, it's a win-win. Nobody loses out. Nobody misses out. There's no downside. I really vehemently believe that. I forget that. I forget the truth of that often. And I have to remind myself that it's okay to put myself first. It's okay to do what makes me feel good. It's okay to prioritize my well-being, my personal development, my growth. It's okay to invest in that. Right? Even this series, like, yeah, I'm doing it for you guys, but I'm doing it for me too. I really felt called to tap into an abundant mindset this month. It's very aligned with what's going on planetary wise at the moment. We had a very powerful day on the 2nd. That was 2 days ago, the 2nd of February, didn't we? So it just felt really, really good for me personally to tap into abundance. And I know that when I do any practices, I love to share it with my community. Not least, it's the win-win, but I don't know, I don't want to do it on my own. I like doing it in community. I like doing it in sisterhood. You may remember I did an entire interview series where I interviewed something like 20 experts from around the world on perimenopause. If you want access to it, just type my menopause in the comments and I'll send you the link to get it. It's free. But I did that for me at the beginning of my perimenopause journey because I wanted to get the top advice from the top experts from around the world. So that was for me, and I knew it would benefit others, and it's benefiting thousands of women. Thousands have subscribed to get that series for free. It's awesome, and it's timeless. There's so much great advice in there. Anywho, I'm totally going off on a tangent. Stella, yes, putting ourselves first is so important. Hi, Stella, good to see you. And yes, it really is. So let me have a sip of my bone broth, which I need for my creaky joints. I don't have creaky joints when I drink my bone broth. So today's teaching, in terms of aligning with abundance and aligning with an abundant mindset, Ellen saying, I need that. My menopause. Have you not got that, Ellie? You need this in your life. How have we known each other for as long as we have and you don't have that? I'll send you the link. Okay, I'll pop the link in this stream actually, so anyone watching the replay can have it as well. I'll do that afterwards. What was I saying? Yes, today's teaching. So it's about putting yourself first. It's about feeling good. It doesn't matter what work I'm doing with a client, but as you probably know, I'm predominantly working with women, midlife women, on helping them to call in their soulmate. And it's kind of nothing about calling in their soulmate, and it's all about calling in themselves. It's the inner work, it's the energetic work. And at the end of the day, what that really, really, really boils down to super simplify it, it's a focus on feeling good every single day. Focusing on feeling good. You're welcome, Ellie. It's focusing on, I really am simplifying it and doing the work quite an injustice. Is that a word? But it's noticing, what are you thinking? Is it self-loving? Is it self-sabotaging? Notice how you're feeling, you're thinking. Notice how you are giving your power away. I can feel myself going off into a teaching that's actually several hours long. So I'm just going to pull myself back in for a minute and simplify it with feeling good is the aim of the game. And learning how to prioritize yourself, to put yourself first enough to feel good, is absolutely key. When you're feeling good, you're vibrating at that frequency, and that is a magnetic frequency that's going to draw in whatever else is vibrating at that good, high, beautiful frequency. Now, it's not about having to feel good all the time. That's not realistic. That's not the human experience. But what I know for sure is in those times when we don't feel good, right there is an invitation to support ourselves by full acknowledgement, self-compassion, self-kindness, self-love, to acknowledge, I don't feel good today, and that's okay. So having your own back, holding yourself, nurturing yourself, cuddling yourself when you're having those down days. Those down days don't make you not able to have what you want. A lot of people have this feeling like, if I'm not super high vibe and super happy and feeling amazing and bouncing off the walls with excitement, then I'm not going to get what I want. If I'm not high vibe, I'm not magnetic. It's not the human experience to be high vibe all the time. And actually, what dulls your magnetism is making yourself wrong for having days where you don't feel so great, having experiences when you don't feel so great. Making yourself wrong for that is lowering your magnetism. Loving and accepting with kindness and compassion those times when you feel low is keeping your vibration high, because you're bringing love to it. You're not bringing scarcity. You're not bringing fear. You're not bringing the I'm not enough story. Just acknowledge it. We have days where we don't feel enough. We do. It's human. So bringing that self-loving, best friend, I got your back, you got this voice to that moment of I don't feel enough, and saying, do you know what? I know you don't feel enough, and I still love you. I know you don't feel enough today, and that's okay. I know you don't feel enough, and it will pass. Like, full acknowledgement of wherever you're at is really key to feeling good. Ultimately, macro perspective. We're looking at this macro, but in the moment by moment, there's going to be shifts and changes and ups and downs. But how can we love ourselves and hold ourselves through that whole experience, the whole movement of the ups and downs? Like, how can we provide that loving, safe container for ourselves as a constant? Does that make sense? As I'm saying that, it almost feels like the arms of our masculine energy wrapping around our beautiful feminine, who is a feeling energy and who's always fluctuating up and down. And sometimes it's tranquil and peaceful, and sometimes it's dark and stormy, and that's okay. And our empowered masculine energy can wrap his energetic arms around those fluctuations of feeling, and that's okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So let me just pull out today's quote that I found. This is another Wayne Dyer quote. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Delicious, right? Abundant time, abundant love, abundant energy, abundant resources, abundant like ... So today's affirmation, and I invite you to type it into the comments. Let's like embody it. Let's be it. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. It's okay to feel good. It's safe to feel good. It's safe to have feeling good being an everyday experience. It's okay to give yourself permission to feel good more and more and more every day as time goes on. There doesn't have to be an end to it. It's like how I love the quote, and I won't be saying it absolutely correctly, but in Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, he says, "How good do you dare to let your life get? How good do you dare to allow yourself to feel?" Because it's almost like we have this conditioning where, "Oh, I can feel good for now, but then I'll go back to like being busy. I can only have so much of feeling good." It's like we feel guilty for having too much feeling good. It's kind of selfish. Like, do we dare to just keep feeling good and feel good more and more and more? Like, could we give that to ourselves? I know it sounds crazy, but this is how we are. I wonder if any of you can relate. Uh, yes. Kate, I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. Ellie, I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. Emma, I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. I'm going to keep doing this because it feels good to say it. Can you feel the vibration rising as I do? I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. Amen. Yes. Hey, Gina, good to see you. We got the time zone right today. Yay. Ah, so good. So good. And this is how we're designed, right? We have masculine and feminine energy within us. The modus operandi of the feminine is to tap into her higher self, which is connected to source energy, and she feels her guidance. She's inspired into what is the next right move in her life. It's our feminine that shows us our purpose, that moves us in a direction through the world that's just perfect and unique for us and divinely timed. That energy, that's the energy that makes us feel authentic and aligned and free and purposeful. And it feels so good. It's not exhausting. There's no shoulds. It's not the ego. It's like, what is really good and true for me? And this is a huge, huge part of the work I'm doing with my clients. This is what it's like a boot camp for the feminine. And the focus is on feeling good. It's not a boot camp on all focused on pain. It's about feeling good. And when we're tapped into that, when our feminine is tapped into that, she inspires the masculine energy that we have within us to take action, to get practical, to do whatever is required to bring into reality what she desires. It's our masculine's honor to serve the desires of the feminine. This is the energetic dance that's going on between all of us, however you identify. It's not a gender thing. We all have masculine, feminine, and there's this flow backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I was talking to a client yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, that dance backwards and forwards, it happens in like a second for me sometimes." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." It's just this. It's almost like I try and describe it as a conversation between the two energies. The feminine saying, "I desire this," and the masculine's like, "It'd be my pleasure to serve you. Let me do that for you." And to kind of understand the flow of the energy, but actually, it kind of just happens like that. It's like an alignment. It's just an integration. It's just a way of being in the world. And can you feel that within that dance, that movement, that play of energy between the masculine and feminine, it just feels good. These energies within us are like, yeah, I'm doing what I'm here to do. Like, bring it. Yeah. Yeah. I can really relate. It feels like a lid has lifted. Yeah. Can you feel that? Expansion, possibility. We're tapping in. We're moving away from fear and scarcity and into abundance. I love to create experiences for myself that feel good. Yes, 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 yes. So good. So today's practice, can you guess what it might be? I want you to do something that you enjoy today. What's that going to be? How are you going to make yourself feel good today? How could you love yourself enough to prioritize feeling good? Do you need to even put a boundary in place? Do you need to ask for help to make that a reality for you? You might have little kids. Do you need to say to your husband, "Mum has taken a bath. I need an hour. I need half an hour." And you're going to go light those candles and make a beautiful bath and just have some time to yourself. What would have you feel good? So 12:30, I'm going to Pilates today. At 6 o'clock, I'm going to go to my weights training class. Does that make me feel good? The jury's still out on that, but it actually does. I know I laugh, but afterwards I'm so proud of myself, and I do feel lifted. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to make myself a beautiful gin and tonic and get in the bath and watch Netflix, because I have it. When I designed our bathroom, I had it set up so I could just put an iPad or my phone at the end on the shelf, and it's so, for me, that's Katie's heaven. That's my heaven. What's your heaven? What are you going to do for yourselves? It could be today. It might be a plan that you make today for this weekend. How can you support yourself? And it's not just a one-day thing. This is like, I really invite you to be, excuse me, bringing in this ability to have yourself feel good on a daily basis. I mean, what I'm supporting my clients in and what we're getting really ninja at is finding a way of feeling good all the way throughout the day. Like, keep checking in with yourself if you're working and you're going towards the next task. The conversation within you needs to be, and this is a training, and this is a muscle that you've got to work. It's a practice. Like, before you're going to do anything, it's like, what would feel good to do next? What would feel good? Yesterday, I had a couple, excuse my throat. Yesterday, I had a couple of people saying they needed some stuff from me. Because I'm in the middle of launching my 5-day challenge, and there's all sorts of tech going on the back end and things that I need to create and approve and so on. And there's all this techie stuff that I need to look at and kind of add to and comment on and so on. Oh, I don't like the techie stuff. It does not fill me with joy. And yesterday I was like, I don't know how to bring it to that. I don't want to do it. And I'm really like, if I'm really not feeling something, I find I refuse to force myself. And so I went back to one person in particular that was waiting for my feedback on something and needed my input before she could then take it to the next step. And I was like, what are the absolute deadlines on this? Is it okay if I move this to tomorrow? Can you wait? She's like, yeah, no problem at all. I'm like, okay, like, because that sometimes we just have to ask, make a request, get some support so that we can work and show up in the world in a way that feels good for us. We don't have to push through. I could have pushed through and made myself do that yesterday, but I was already up against it. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. I would have felt like I was really just dishonoring myself, and I would have felt resentful. And I didn't want to feel like that. And I know now, like today, I've got a really expansive day today. I don't have any client calls today. I don't have any meetings today. Like I have what I call a free day, and that I can just sit with multiple cups of tea and do my work. And I'm happy to do that. Yesterday I had coaching calls and I had all sorts going on yesterday, and I couldn't focus. So I created space for myself. And today it will feel good to do what I have to do, and I can bring my heart and soul to the tech, because it still needs my heart and soul. It still needs my high vibe, loving energy infused into the tech. I've got to put my language into the behind the scenes tech correspondence that's going out for my 5-day challenge. So I didn't want to force that. Everything's felt. So I wonder, yeah, I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know. What am I saying? Emma says, I think I've got a bit of a throat thing going on. Emma says, I'm going to put some time during my working day to have a break and a read. Oh, that sounds delicious. Good for you, darling. Good for you. Okay, well, so that's it for today, my darlings. I invite you to take care of yourselves and even ask yourself moment to moment before you do something, what would feel good for me to do next? I mean, we've all got like giant to-do lists, right? As you look at your to-do list, which thing on your to-do list would have you feel good? What can you change? What can you reprioritize? What can you move to next week? Notice where you're pushing yourself and dishonoring yourself. Notice what's going on in your body. I mean, for me this week, it's my week of having my period. So I really have to honor my energy this week. And, you know, I've had times of just being in quite a lot of pain this week. I have to honor that. I cannot push through. That's really disrespectful, and it's not self-loving, and it has me feeling resentful if I do. And resentment is a surefire energy to repel you calling in what you desire. It is not a receiving state. That's another big body of work I'm doing with my clients, is noticing like what is going on for them emotionally, mentally, physically, that is not having them in a receiving state. And resentment is that is a massive blocking energy. You are not receiving when you're resentful. Hence the importance of being of prioritizing your self-care and feeling good. So as we move into this abundant state of mind, go on out there and take care of yourselves and feel good. All right, darlings, if you haven't yet subscribed to the 5-day Meet Your Soulmate Challenge, we start on the 14th of February. If you're a single woman, come along, especially if you're a single midlife woman. That's my absolute specialty and passion, is supporting single midlife women. If you're not midlife, if you're younger, what I'm teaching and sharing is perfectly relevant. It absolutely does not matter your age or stage of life. It is relevant through, for this 5 days. So come along, share it with your single girlfriends, share what I've put out here today with anyone that you think will appreciate it. And I'll be back on Monday next week for week 2 of the Abundant Love series. Okay, have a gorgeous weekend, everybody. Mwah, sending you love. Oh, and if you're in the Love Lounge, stay on, not on here, but come over to the Love Lounge. I'm going to go live in there, and I'm going to do our Friday Kuan Yin card reading and celebration, because in the Love Lounge we celebrate on Fridays. Woo-hoo. Love you. Bye.